raised by fire. I will never be the same without her. But I made a promise to my beloved daughter that I will be true to her unique spirit. And I encourage all of you to live your lives fully in love with each day given to you. Be yourself, bursting with pride. Follow your wildest dreams in spite of all that well-meaning advice to be ordinary. For you are beautiful just the way you are. You are extraordinary. You are loved. And as my wise and gentle Sabrina says, you are braver than you think you are. I love you all.
So Chelsea was my friend of 25 years, and we got in a lot of arguments recently about how she didn't like the genre of personal essay. So I wanted to honor her with a tribute that was a little bit more out there, that I hope she approves of. So I'm sorry if this is weird. Chelsea, we will never agree where to live because I want my arms to be gnarled, reaching Joshua tree trunks. Want my fingers to grasp orange sun every set. We will agree to spin through the night, agree to greet the blinding hues, to say, hello sun, after we've watched the milky rotation shiver past, disco casting soft points on our faces. And you'd insist we go to Berlin, the city's monuments and the dark corners of clubs that are your monuments, where you pray to booming voices from the goddesses and gods whose names I don't know. Blink away the last few technicolor crumbs of dream. Fade into the sharp feeling of skin against wet cement, into real and out there, and really, really out there, the lush fur we'd wrapped around our shoulders, through the milky spinning night now heavy with fog. Blink into the day, doomed or blessed or both. In this liminal space, the sun catches your platinum hair. Blink, and the Ouroboros flicks its forked blue tongue, strums the air and eyelashes, and we see your laughter for the moment. We will never agree because I want the desert and you want the city, but we both want to time travel, night steps and squint in the sunrise. Good morning, desert. Good morning, Berlin. Good morning, San Francisco. Good night.
Chelsea Faith, I will always be jealous of your power. There is no poetry, no prose, no phrase that moves like music. Your music courses through hammer, anvil, drum, draws your disco glitter map, your dark map, blooms into its bloodstream. Roots that burrow past the places where we feel pain. Chelsea, is it working yet? Am I making music? Maybe we do share your music language beyond knowledge of notes and instruments. Josie always had a good ear for music, you told someone once, convincingly. Maybe a new boyfriend of mine you tried to help me impress. Your endorsement, techno goddess, dance floor queen, who better?
I'm not sure our Marin talent show circuit performances of Memory from the musical Cats, yes, the musical Cats, count as me having any kind of ear. You picked the song and played it perfectly, like you played everything while I tried to follow. I'm not sure the fact that we both sang solos in Manor's spring production of Dames at Sea counts, because you were Joan on a choo-choo honeymoon, and I was Hennessy in drag and riddled with anxiety. Or when we wore matching poodle skirts on the Civic Center stage, and you got to sing the fun song in the 60s medley, Love Like Yours Will Surely Come My Way, and I was the bummer Blue Moon standing alone. I was also pretty jealous you got to wear a crinoline under your poodle skirt. We sang choir in middle school together, except one of us was gifted, and she was you, and I was there. I think what you meant by my good ear for music is that music is your language, your heart, your hands, every cell of you and water drop. Every platinum glint over our shoulders as we blink technicolor dream crumbs from our lashes to try to see you better. And that I was always there, and that you understand what I mean when I say this, even now, speaking in circles, in tandem. I know music meant more to you than wanting your friends and fans to dance or cry, more than nightclubs and day parties, more than tours and strapping your gear into plastic suitcases checked through to Berlin. Music was more to you than the melodies you composed on piano, the songs you wrote for accordion or guitar or bass, your harmonies, more than the sets you crafted with all those machines I can't name. I know that I don't know your tools and instruments. I know enough to know it's more than that. We found each other at age 8. You were number 24 and I was 23. Somehow alphabetized by last name. You were always beaming, my bright other voice. We were too tight not to stretch, to grow too loose around our teenage wrists, brittle plastic, bread mold. Maybe we tried to break us at some point back then. Maybe I did, more likely. But you kept playing piano for me even then, and I kept telling you stories, and it was impossible to break us. Here you are, and here I am, and I hear you. You still know all my secrets, and I don't mean the ones that we tell barstool strangers by mistake when we've had too much bourbon. Not the kind that come with champagne 8 temples, nauseous texts the next morning. You know my secrets that no one else will ever know because they are still inside of you and they will always be. The secrets we whisper over left shoulders are beating heart sides, platinum in a flash as we speak in our frequency. You will always know that my secrets are not made of music or of words or of anything that can be translated by flesh. In the quarter century we were here together on the ground, we built something. A place to rest with sap and bees, 1,000-ring redwood trees, art films that were really just plastic toys melted in the microwave, moshing to terrible music at embarrassing concerts, which was mostly, okay, all my fault. I wouldn't say you grew up to be someone who could shift a room's axis, because to me, you always did. Do you remember Girl Scout camp? Sharing a tent with 2 other girls? The one who wasn't really allergic to bees? Do you remember how much we hated camp? Is this the part where I try to lighten the mood? In the quarter century we were here together, we built sandcastles in the foamy surf at Stinson, moats filling as waves rolled in. More recently, we built in the basement